Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your Tuesday edition of FSU weather. Currently, we're sitting at 79 degrees outside with some scattered thunderstorms that are starting to move in from the east. Feels like 83, so it doesn't feel too bad outside. It's because the rain has cooled us off a lot. You can see a lot of the storms have moved westwards through Panama City, but we're also seeing a line of storms starting to move towards us from the east in Tallahassee. Tonight, expecting temperatures to get down to 78 with those thunderstorms starting to fade after 8 p.m. And looking at the next 3 days, Wednesday we're going to have an 80% chance of rain, and on Thursday chances are going to drop a little bit to 70%. Friday also going to be at 70%. The rain is going to help cool things off with high temperatures being in the upper 80s and lower 90s. And for the rest of our show, we're going to keep our eyes on the Gulf, talk about a rainy week ahead, and then also talk about how the temperatures are going to become more moderate this week because of all the rain that's coming from this tropical invest that is over us right now in Tallahassee. Right now, I'm going to pass things off to Michael. He's going to give us a look at the rest of the Southeast.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. And in the Southeast, there's two main stories going on. If you're on the eastern sections of the Southeast, you're dealing with all those showers and thunderstorms, mostly due to the daytime heating and due to that invest area sitting down towards Appalachia Bay. But if you're off towards the western sections for now, it's very hot, very humid, and we have a lot of heat advisories in effect, so we're going to show you that in just a few minutes. But it's very hot and humid. Once again, you can see with these dew points, a lot of us are well into the 70s in terms of your dew points, so it's feeling very uncomfortable out there. And those air temperatures in the low 90s and upper 80s are feeling like the upper 90s and low 100s. And so with your muggy meter, we have all these awful faces. You don't want to be outside for long periods of time going through all this mugginess and humidity. And with those high dew points, you have these really high heat indexes, especially on the western sections of the Southeast, well into the triple digits, 107 in New Orleans, 103 in Jackson. A little bit cooler off towards the eastern section. That's because we have more cloud cover and some thunderstorm activity, again, mainly due to that area of invest off the Florida coastline. Now, with those high heat indexes in the western sections of the Southeast, we do have this heat advisory in effect until tomorrow evening. So another day of these high heat indices are expected because of temperatures in the 90s, and with those dew points in the 70s, you have the heat indexes well into the 100s. But in the eastern section of the Southeast, we again have this area of interest, this low pressure system sitting off Apalachicola, and this is expected to develop into Tropical Storm Beryl as we go into the next few days. The confidence is slowly increasing in terms of that. And so that's going to move off towards Louisiana. That's what we're thinking as of now. But for us, we're just going to deal with the shower and thunderstorm activity with these high rain chances and much needed rain. Again, we're still in some drought conditions up here in North Florida and in South Georgia. But for the wind speeds, you can notice that area of invest moving in the Apalachicola area with that little counterclockwise circulation. Everyone else is looking pretty light. There's again that invest area with the 80% chance over the next 5 days and 70% chance for the next 48 hours. So for tomorrow's forecast, you notice how we do have those scattered showers and thunderstorms across a lot of the Southeast. Most of the intense activity is going to stay in the Gulf, but some of that could get to the coastal locations along the Gulf. Now let's send off to Tyler with our first local forecast.
Thanks, Michael. It was really hot earlier in the day, but it's finally starting to cool off. Now we've seen those thunderstorms roll through before and starting to roll through even more now. Sitting at 79 degrees right now, but it feels like 83. Not too bad if you ask me. As we look at the radar, storms moving west, we can see another line of showers moving through Tallahassee right now. We also have a lot in South Alabama moving through as well. And the temperatures for the region, you can really see where the rainfall has been at. All of these areas in the orange and yellow are in the mid 70s. That's because the rains help cool them off. And then places like Valdosta at 93, Thomasville at 90, a little bit hotter because they haven't really seen the rain today. But all throughout the Big Bend region, it's been very muggy. So those places that haven't gotten the rain definitely feel really bad right now because they have a lot of moisture, but not the rain to cool them off. You can look at this muggy meter. None of these guys are happy because it does not feel good in the Big Bend region. You look at the heat index, feels like 104 in Valdosta, 98 in Thomasville, 97 in Monticello. Feels a little bit better as we move westward though. Looking at our winds, pretty slightly breezy conditions in the Big Bend region. A lot of these winds are associated with this low pressure that is sitting right over us right now. over the next 24 hours, we're going to start to see the rain die down. Some showers moving through around 9 p.m. But as we move through the morning hours, going to be pretty cloudy with some spotty showers. Those rain chances really going to start to pick up as we go through the afternoon. And then by Wednesday evening, just some more spotty showers as we move through the night. And then tomorrow's beach forecast, going to be 89 degrees outside. The water's going to be 87, so the water's going to feel pretty nice, but also we're looking at a lot of thunderstorms in the area, so not really the best day to hit the beach at St. George Island. But if you do, UV index very high, so make sure to bring your sunblock, and the water's going to be moderately choppy, so just make sure to be careful if you're going out onto the water. For tonight, going to be in the mid-70s for the entire region, with chances of rain in the early nighttime hours. For tomorrow, going to be in the mid-80s with our hotspot being Bainbridge at 92. A lot of the rain that's coming through is going to help cool us down though. And then looking at the 7-day forecast, rain chances are going to be high Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because this low pressure system is still going to be relatively close to us. But even then, as we hit towards Saturday and Sunday, these rain chances are going to stay fairly high at 60% and 40%. And then on Monday and Tuesday, rain chances are finally going to start dying down for us. And also, we can see with these rain chances, the high rain chances, we're going to have lower highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. And then those high temperatures are finally going to start picking up into 92 and 94 degrees as we get into the beginning of next week. I'm going to pass things off to Dylan. He's going to give us a national look.
Thank you very much, Tyler. And our national high and low, well, Death Valley and Falcon Lake, Texas, saw the highest temperature today in the country at 108 degrees, absolutely hot. But on contrast, Leadville, Colorado, seeing 28 degrees. This is just a weird contrast where you go from almost 80-degree difference in two different spots in the entire country. So feeling those drastic different temperatures. Sorry about that, folks. Down in the southeast, we've been talking about all that rain, and we'll continue to talk about it for the rest of the show. Into Texas, though, where you see Death Valley and that Falcon Lake, Texas, seeing hot conditions there. You see the dark purple colors indicating very hot conditions. Dry, though, for most of the country. We do have some storms over by Minneapolis. Down in Phoenix, 103 degrees, just not the best. Dew points, though, dry out west, as we've seen with a lot of that heat. So not feeling like a muggy heat. Where you do find the muggy heat, though, down in the southeast. Look at all this moisture. Just a big blanket of green on the eastern part of the country. From Minneapolis, Kansas City, seeing mid-70-degree dew points, and seeing a lot of that even down into Tallahassee, seeing 77-degree dew points. Just absolutely miserable. And we can see this low-pressure system we keep talking about on the surface. You can kind of see where it is just a little bit north of Tallahassee. To the mid to upper levels, it'll be somewhere farther south, so that's why you'll see that placement at the National Hurricane Center just a little bit into the Appalachian Bay. But on the surface, we saw those wind speeds, and you can see all the showers and thunderstorms already associated with it. It's going to bring some Gulf moisture in and bring a lot of rain to this area specifically, move into the Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas area, bring a bit of rainfall for them. And we can see 70% chance of development into the next 2 days. 5 days, you have that 80% chance of development. Going to be tropical storm or tropical depression Barry if it does form, but it's likely going to form and bring rainfall is really the main threat with this. As we go into the next 48 hours, you can start to see it spin up, get more organized, see that rotation, and get a little more intense in the rainfall, but bringing spotty showers down to most of the southeast, staying off into the Gulf for just another couple of days when it does form. Then at some point, it will make its turn into the U.S. and bring a lot of rain. And as we can see, for the next 7 days, you kind of see this path that the WPC has put out for the storm. You see the intense rainfall into parts of Texas and Louisiana. That's their track right now, but that's subject to change. We still got a couple of days to go. But really, the main threat with this storm, not going to be the wind right now. It depends how it intensifies. We're still a couple days out, folks. But the main threat really being the rainfall localized into this Louisiana and Texas area right now. Anywhere really along the Gulf area, going to see a lot of rain for the next couple of days. Into tonight, though, continuing the showers and thunderstorm pattern into the southeast. You see New Orleans with 81 degrees and a bit of showers. Here in Tallahassee, 75 degrees and continuing those showers. Though still warm, even though into the southeast. Look at that low in Dallas-Fort Worth. 79 degrees, folks. That's still pretty warm for this time of year. Out on the west coast, though a little more moderate, seeing clear skies in Phoenix, the only clear spot on the map. And they're seeing all ones tomorrow at 111 degrees with clear skies, brutal conditions. Down into the southeast, though, continuing the heat and humidity and all that storms coming in. Where you're not getting rain, though, you're seeing 99 degrees in Dallas-Fort Worth with just a bit of clouds. Down into San Antonio, seeing 96 degrees. We're going to continue that southeast showers and thunderstorm pattern that we've talked about for the last couple of days. But now we're going to talk more about showers and thunderstorms. Michael, where are they found?
Yeah, of course they're always in Florida, but again, the 111 in Phoenix honestly kind of feels better compared to 90s in Florida. It's all because of the humidity here in Florida. And you'll notice that when we look at all these showers and thunderstorms in the region and all the higher dew points out there. But if you haven't gotten showers and thunderstorms, especially along the Gulf Coast region today, again, due to that area of interest we're looking at in the Gulf, 75 in Pensacola, 79 in Tallahassee had a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity there. 80 in Tampa, they've also gotten some shower activity as well. Less activity down towards South Florida today, so they're a little bit warmer with 86 in West Palm Beach, 89 in Miami, and then 90 in Jacksonville. Again, it's very humid down here in Florida. Again, all that moisture is coming off the Gulf and the Atlantic, and dew points are well into the 70s and into the upper 70s in some locations like Tallahassee and Gainesville with 77 and 78 degrees of dew points. So very muggy and uncomfortable out there. And so with your muggy meter, you have the oppressive look. It doesn't look good and it doesn't feel good when you step outside. So you don't want to spend too much time outdoors. But with those thunderstorms in the region, a lot of these heat indexes are rain-cooled heat indexes with 83 in Tallahassee, 75 in Pensacola. But in locations where you haven't gotten a shower or thunderstorm, like in Jacksonville, heat indexes are well into the 100s, 100 in Jacksonville. And so for your satellite and radar, the reason why we've had a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity, especially across the Gulf Coast regions today, is because of that area of low pressure, which could develop into Tropical Storm Barry in the next few days and move off towards Louisiana most likely. It's giving that shower and thunderstorm activity to the coastal regions, so flash flooding may be a concern for the next few days, again, especially along the Gulf Coast region, so keep that in mind if you do head out towards the beaches. You can notice with the winds how the surface low is up towards South Georgia, but the mid-level circulation is down towards the Gulf. The next 24 hours does show you will have to deal with those coastal showers and thunderstorms again due to that area of low pressure. But then in the afternoon, we'll get that daytime heating, and those thunderstorms will expand inland. And so temperatures usually in the upper 80s to around low 90s, with those showers and thunderstorms flaring up, especially in the afternoon. Now let's send off to Dylan to wrap it up with Tallahassee looks.
Thank you. Tallahassee looks not that great right now. We got a lot of clouds out there. It's 79 degrees. Some scattered thunderstorms are kind of likely right now. Only it feels like temperature 4 degrees above the current temperature, so not too bad in terms of that. And just a light 3-mile-per-hour westerly breeze, so not too bad. Around the area, though, we've seen a lot cooler conditions because they've gotten that rain. Valdosta and Thomasville sitting at 90. Well, they haven't been so lucky. They haven't gotten a lot of rain. Monticello, as well as Tallahassee and Quincy, saw a bit of rain dropping down back into those 70s and low 80s for them. Dew points, though, we're not getting rid of those. Those are still plentiful. We have 75 degrees all along the coast and in Sumatra as well. Here in Tallahassee, still feeling gross at 77 degrees. We just don't have that heat, so that's why we're not seeing those disgusting-like temperatures when it comes to heat indexes. But the dew points still making it feel disgusting. It feels frizzy, just absolutely gross outside. You feel like a blanket of just moisture and clouds just hugging you as you go outside. Not the best conditions. That's why you don't have any smiley faces, no dry as it says over there. Then going into the heat indexes, only the high heat indexes where you saw those high temperatures. We saw 90 degrees in Valdosta and Thomasville. Well, it's feeling even more than that, 101 in Valdosta. They haven't seen any rain, haven't cleared any bit up. And we can see that low pressure system kind of sitting off to the south on the mid to upper levels. Down on the surface, we saw in the winds over back into Georgia a bit. You see a little bit of storms, but we're going to continue to see this pattern of storms the next couple of days. These kind of lines of storms, a little banding, but nothing too severe, nothing too widespread as we've seen the last couple of days with some severe weather threats. And you can see on the surface that low kind of situated over here, and you see these southerly winds still bringing in a bit of moisture to the coast as well. And we go in the next couple hours, you start to see those storms die down. Daytime heating really not allowing it to fire up. But we do see the pattern of some storms coming back, these lines kind of banding. You start to see with the formation of a tropical storm or depression. So we're going to kind of see that pattern as it starts to move off out of the area. We'll still see some high rain chances. Tonight, 78 degrees, warm conditions and thunderstorms continuing. Even tomorrow, another warm warm day, 89, not as warm because we'll have some thunderstorms with that. And as we look at the next 7 days, you see 80, 70, 70% chance of rain. That's due to those showers that are kind of far off from the center of the low. So we'll still be feeling its impacts, but not that severe. These are just some showers and thunderstorms, nothing too severe, no wind threats, maybe a strong storm or two, but rain is really the story for us. So we have nothing really to worry about, but it is a good time to go get hurricane supplies if you want and check with the National Hurricane Center for up-to-date information. And then we see drying out pattern after that. So beautiful conditions after we got to get through a bit of rain. And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're all over there. And then tune in tomorrow for a Wednesday edition of FSU Weather at 6 o'clock.